Brandon, what do you think of the Kasky versus Nike case?
Thank you for asking. So, the facts of the case is that Nike created a PR campaign to refute news allegations that its labor practices overseas were unlawful and unfair. A California resident, Mr. Kasky, claimed Nike's actions of potentially making false statements in its campaigns led to misleading advertising and an unfair competitive advantage. He filed a suit for the general public based off a California statute. Ultimately, the court found Nike's campaign was protected under First Amendment rights as non-commercial speech. Kasky then appealed. The issue in this case is, was Nike's speech commercial or non-commercial? And the rules applying to determine the type of speech, we need to look at the speaker, the intended audience, and the content of the message. In the application of this case, all three elements were present, making Nike's speech commercial. The court ruled that Nike was acting as a commercial speaker because its intended audience was primarily the buyers of its products and because of the statements consisted of factual representations about its own business operations. As a result, we see that Nike's speech is in fact commercial speech. So from here, we conduct a means-ends test to see what type of scrutiny we can apply to this case. Since we don't actually know if the information is factual or not, we're going to apply the intermediate test. For the intermediate test, we have to know the how and the why. The how must be substantially related, so in this case, it would be restricting the content of what Nike's putting out. And the why, it must be important government purpose, which is ultimately protecting consumers. And so, Professor, you always ask this question, can the government have the power to do this? In this case, yes. Because interstate commerce deals with corporations and consumers and the purchase, sale, or exchange of commodities. In this case, we have those elements. So in conclusion, based off that information presented, the government does have a right to regulate speech to prevent consumer deception. Ultimately, my belief on misleading information that's non-commercial, I believe that any misleading information is bad for the public, regardless if it's commercial or non-commercial. Just because it's non-commercial doesn't mean the public won't hear it or possibly take action on it. So ultimately, I believe that all misleading information can harm all of the consumers involved. Thank you.